My name's Emil Zuberbueler. I've been around Shumla since before Shumla existed, actually. Grew up on the ranch in Comstock and first learned about Shumla from Carolyn. She and I met at the Skiles family in Langtree. I ended up some years later being on the board. I was on the board for 12 years. And now I'm staff and continue to learn about the rock art, but about what is Shumla and what does that mean, and what do we do, and how do we make it better? How do we let the world know? Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people in Comstock don't. How do we let them know what it's about and why it's important? Because of Carolyn and meeting her. And when I met her, was actually out in Langtree, and some of the places she talked about, some of the work she was doing, I guess at some level I didn't realize it at the time, but it sort of resonated kind of inside of me, because my first experience with rock art was when I was a kid, and it was just paintings on the wall or markings on the wall. And then because of her, I began to see, oh, there's more to this than, things on the wall. Doesn't everyone have rock art on the wall? No, they don't. And it took me a while to realize that. Working with the board, being on the board. Actually, one of our board members who's now passed on, Bill Cawthorne, we had a retreat, board retreat, which I ended up running for 2 days. It was like, I couldn't believe I was doing it, but I did. And at the end of that, Bill Cawthorne, who didn't say much usually, he was always really sort of reserved. He came up to me and he said, that is the best 2 days that I've spent doing work with any board. And I've been on a lot of boards. And so with Bill saying that, it was like, okay, this board is going places, we can do it, and I can be part of that, and I'm proud of that. One of the biggest challenges with Shumla, I think, has been when I started as a staff member, basically we were getting ready to move, the decision had already been made to move to a new database. And so my first role was to kind of clear up what was in the database already and get it ready to move to the new database. Not knowing much about what that means, what it means to even track the people that are donating to Shumla. I'd always been on the other side of things. And trying to make sure that that was all in place and ready to import, because if it wasn't right, then we'd have a big mess. So I just decided, all right, I'm going to do this. And I learned what we needed to do and got it done. And the feedback after that from one of the people who helped test it said, I have never seen anything done that well. So thank you for doing it. So the challenge was worth it. I was glad I did it. I think the biggest challenge and hope for Shumla is sustainability. The fact that at this point, still every year we have to meet our budget, and we have to continue to raise that money every year. To build an endowment is probably, I think, the most critical thing, so that we collectively don't have to worry about, are we going to raise every penny we need this year? Will we be able to hire the people we need, to do the projects we need, without that total dependence each year on the money coming in? But to know that we've had the support from people who had long-term vision of the future, and they could help us. They've helped us get there. So again, we're not relying on year to year, but the longer term.